Chapter 51 City of Seven Waters. After playing with the silk launcher for a while, Lin Mu's attention shifted to another item he had acquired. However, the item was still wrapped in a white light and hidden in his body at the moment, and he didn't know what it was. As for the information, there was only one sentence: the activation conditions are not met, and cannot be used. As for the activation conditions, there is no illustrate. Lin Mu tried to ask Fan Tong, but he didn't get any valuable answers, and finally gave up the move to lift the veil of this prop, because there were more important things for him to do at the moment. That is to save Robin? Because of Wendell, Robin has been sent to Impelton Prison in advance. If Robin is really locked in, it will be troublesome. Because Lin Mu obviously does not have the strength to break into Impelton Prison. In other words, Lin Mu must find the ship that escorted Robin before that. But it's easier said than done in the vast ocean. Although he knows the destination of the escort ship, he doesn't know the specific route of the escort ship. Can he still stay in front of Impelton Prison? I'm afraid it won't take a few minutes for Marine Admiral to kill from Marine Fodor. So Lin Mu is also very worried at the moment. Sponsored content. After sighing, Lin Mu really couldn't think of any good ideas, but at this moment, he suddenly climbed up in front of Lin Mu, drew the appearance of a woman with two small claws, and then pointed to himself. Small nose. Lin Mu's eyes lit up when he saw this. You mean you can smell Robin? Hey. He nodded, bent his small arms like a fishing strongman, and his face was even more triumphant. Are you a fox or a dog? Lin Mu murmured. But Kikai barked while wearing Lin Mu's collar, obviously very dissatisfied with Lin Mu saying it was a dog. Lin Mu could only apologize with a smile, and then asked, then can you smell Robin now? He shook his head. At what distance can you smell Robin? Lin Mu asked. Kikai thought about it with his small paw and then his chin, and then pointed one paw in the direction of the G15 branch base, all the way to the side of Santon Island where Alabasta is located, and then lying on the ground again, put the two paws and a small one. The short legs were raised high and swayed. Lin Mu and Kikai have been together for so long, and he already knew Kikai's routine, and he immediately understood when he saw it. What do you mean, within the distance between the G15 branch base and St. Tin Island, as long as 3 Robins are required? Passed through hours ago and could smell Robin? Kikai nodded heavily, very satisfied that Lin Mu understood what he meant. The guess was affirmed by Kikai, and Lin Mu couldn't help but be surprised. He didn't expect that this little guy not only has the ability to escape, but also has this ability. After he got the Wolverine gene, his sense of smell was already very strong, but Kikai was obviously 100 times stronger than him, and the two were not on the same level at all. However, this is a good thing. With the differences, Lin Mu has a lot of trouble finding Robin's trace, but the chance of success is much higher. If Lin Mu had only a 1% chance of being lucky to find Robin before, then this chance has risen to 50%, or even higher. In this case, Lin Mu no longer delays, and directly starts teleporting continuously, taking the wooden boat and Kikai to cross the space together, and move forward quickly. However, it is impossible for Lin Mu to move directly towards Impelton's Fang Yu. He needs to keep moving sideways, try not to miss any route, and avoid passing by Robin's escort boat. The Justice Triangle formed by Naval Headquarters, an ice lobby, and Great Prison Impelton is located at the end of the first half of the Grand Line, while the G15 branch base is at the beginning of the first half of the Grand Line. In other words, it would take a typical ship several days to arrive at Impelton from the G15 branch base. The longer the time, the better it is for Lin Mu, because the more likely he will find Robin. A few days later, Lin Mu used teleportation to look for the warship escorting Robin at sea, but he found nothing, and Chi-Chi did not smell any smell related to Robin. But just when Lin Mu began to wonder if he was wanted by Wendell, Chi-Chi jumped up in Lin Mu's arms and grabbed Lin Mu with an excited look on his face. Seeing Chi-Chi like this, Lin Mu's eyes also flashed with joy. Do you smell Robin? Kikai nodded excitedly, then without waiting for Lin Mu to ask questions, he stretched out his little paw to point at a square, and kept making squeaks in his mouth, as if urging Lin Mu. Seeing this, Lin Mu stopped talking nonsense, and directly teleported at full speed in the direction indicated by Kikai. Now that Robin's trail has been found, the rest is no longer a problem. What Lin Mu was most afraid of was crashing on the sea like a headless fly like before. Now that he has a goal, he is full of energy while he is relieved. Following Kikai's instructions all the way, Lin Mu had already crossed nearly 100 kilometers in less than an hour, and a prosperous island appeared in front of him. Looking at this noisy island with tall buildings in front of him, Lin Mu always felt a strange sense of familiarity. After frowning and observing carefully for a few seconds, Lin Mu's mind flashed, and he suddenly thought of where this place is. City of Seven Waters. Chapter 52052 Destined? A nice lobby? Subscribe for the first song. Robin was actually taken to the capital of Seven Waters. Lin Mu thought for a while and then figured out Marine's plan. First go to the Seven Waters, then take the sea train to the Enice lobby, and then send Robin to the Impelton Great Prison through the Uzumaki Current behind the Gate of Justice. This is not only faster and safer than going directly to Impelton Prison by sea. Thinking of this, Lin Mu couldn't help but sigh. Although Robin's fate has changed dramatically because of his appearance, he has not been able to join the Straw Hat Pirates successfully. However, due to some misunderstandings, I finally reached the Enice lobby through the Seven Waters, which has to be said to be a kind of fate. I don't know if the people from CP9 will follow. If they follow, it will be a lot of experience. After Lin Mu murmured, he continued to follow the route Robin passed under the guidance of Chi-Chi. It would be great to be able to catch the sea train before Robin is escorted to the Enice lobby. However, the speed of the sea train is much faster than the ship, and Lin Mu's dream of catching up with the sea train seems to be difficult to realize. Sponsored content. Lin Mu rushed all the way, until Enice lobby was in sight, and he didn't catch the sea train, which made Lin Mu's heart a little heavy. As a result, the speed of teleportation is also faster. A few minutes later, the distant Enice lobby hooked up in front of Lin Mu, and a train was listening to the front of the island at the moment. The train was still steaming above it, and apparently it didn't stop for a long time. That is to say, it didn't take long for the team to escort Robin. Seeing this, Lin Mu was slightly relieved, and then rushed to the Enice lobby without hesitation. Enice lobby has only white books but no night, so it is also called the island that never sleeps. The island as a whole consists of 4 parts, which used to be the former island, the main island, the Tower of Justice and the Bridge of Hesitation. As for the Bridge of Hesitation, it is the Gate of Justice. Once you enter the Gate of Justice, you will arrive at 2 places. One is Marine Fodor, the headquarters of Marine's strongest fighting force, and the other is Impel Down, which is known as the Iron Wall. These 2 places are places that are enough to make people desperate. Therefore, Lin Mu must save Robin from Marine before Robin is sent to the Door of Justice. There are a large number of guard soldiers gathered on the front island. These soldiers are not Marines, but Enice lobby directly under the jurisdiction of the world government. The number is close to hearing people. Because no one had ever dared to invade the Enice lobby, these guards didn't pay much attention to the surrounding sea, until Lin Mu's figure suddenly appeared on the island, which shocked everyone. How dare someone break into the Enice lobby? It's Troizen D. Lin, the great pirate with a bounty of 100 million in a dilemma? Someone among the guards of 99 recognized Lin Mu and shouted, "The pirates are all guilty, kill him." With a loud shout, these guards all swarmed up and killed Lin Mu. They knew that the pirates worth 100 million must be very powerful. So they swarmed to defeat Lin Mu with the advantage of numbers. It is a pity that any numerical advantage is like empty talk in front of Lin Mu, and will not achieve any effect at all. This recently heard guard is also a lot of experience. If it is placed on normal times, Lin Mu will never let it go. After all, he can even upgrade directly after harvesting this wave of experience. But time is the most precious thing for Lin Mu at this moment. If these experiences are harvested here, then Robin may have been sent to the Door of Justice long ago. So Lin Mu absolutely couldn't waste too much time on this group of guards. However, it's okay to kill one to warn 100 and make these guards fearful. Seeing his guards ringing from all directions, Lin Mu let out a cold snort, then flashed and teleported directly to the side of a guard captain, his steel in the air. After a sharp trajectory, the head of the guard captain flew straight up and was completely disconnected from the body. Ding! Kill the Enice lobby guard captain and gain 35 experience points. 5. The scarlet blood donation sprayed from the body of the first captain made the surrounding Anais Lavi guards feel chills, and the eyes of Lin Mu were also full of fear. 0. Asking for flowers. After killing the captain of the guard by means of thunder, Lin Mu's body flashed again, and he came to the side of the captain of the guard, and stabbed his heart directly with a claw, and smashed the heart directly. Kill the captain of the Anais Lavi guard and gain 38 experience points. 99. After killing a guard captain again, Lin Mu's figure did not stay for a moment, and flashed again to the side of another guard captain. Kill the captain of the Anais Lavi guard and gain 34 experience points. Kill the captain of the Anais Lavi guard and gain 41 experience points. 99. Lin Mu followed suit, killing one first captain after another with the same method, and the time spent on each first captain was less than 2 seconds. Just over half a minute later, all 16 first captains died in Lin Mu's hands, and there was a clear smell of blood in the air. This bloody smell mixed with the salty air unique to the seaside made all the remaining guards throbbing and their faces pale. They are very clear in their hearts that a person who can easily kill all the guard captains can also kill them easily. Guarding the Anais Lavi is a very comfortable job, because no one has ever dared to break into the Anais Lavi. But it is this comfort that makes the guard soldiers on the Anais Lavi unable to compete with the battle-hardened Marines. Those Marines would have a mental breakdown when facing Lin Mu, let alone these guard soldiers who haven't fought for a long time. At this moment, these guard soldiers retreated pale one by one. Looking at Lin Mu with fear in their eyes, they didn't dare to even take a step closer to Lin Mu. By deterring these guarding soldiers, Lin Mu's purpose has also been achieved. Looking at the high gate in front of him, Lin Mu did not break it with brute force, but with a move of his mind, he appeared at the top of the gate. Then, the second gate of Anais Lavi, and the two giants guarding the gate, appeared in Lin Mu's field of vision. Righteous, 500 experience points, slightly less than Rear Admiral. Looking at the two giants guarding the second gate, Lin Mu murmured. As soon as the words fell, Lin Mu's figure flashed, and after 2 teleports, he came to the 2 goalkeeper giants. The 2 gatekeeper giants actually saw a little guy suddenly appear in front of them, and their huge faces were full of disdain. You should have caused the sound of fighting in front of the door just now, right? You dare to break into the Anais Lavi. I have to admire your courage. But that's it. We're not the rubbish of the former island. We won't let you pass. 99. We are great warriors from Elbaf. The 2 giants said each and every word, and did not take the little guy of 2-3 zeros Lin Mu in their eyes. The huge advantage in size made them think that they also had a huge advantage in strength. However, this is obviously whimsical. Sponsored content. Lin Mu didn't say much, clenched his fists tightly, and a faint green light flashed on his skin. A giant. Then today I'll let you know what a real giant is. Bad boy, what are you talking about? Is this kid fooled by the great Elbaf warrior? Haha, it must be like this. The 2 giants said while laughing, their expressions full of ridicule. Lin Mu's words made them feel that the little guy in front of them had gone crazy. What is a real giant? Of course the great warriors from Elbaf, that's them. Giants are not real giants, so who is qualified to be a real giant? Facing the ridicule of the 2 giants, Lin Mu was unmoved and said in a flat tone, what is the giant proud of? We are so powerful that a single slap can kill dozens of people like you, a giant shouted. Yes, then let's compare your strengths. Lin Mu said and raised his fists. You two, come on together? What? I've never seen such a crazy guy like you. I swear, I hate bugs like you the most. Go to hell. 99. When the 2 giants saw this little guy in front of them, they dared to clench their fists in front of them, questioning their status as giants. Immediately, I felt that the dignity of the giant was insulted, and in anger, they asked each other, only huge fists, all slammed Lin Mu. Since you want to fight 1 against 2, then let you see the power of the giants. The fist wind driven by the huge fist made Lin Mu's shirt sway, and even blew the gravel and sand on the ground, showing that the power must be extraordinary. But Lin Mu didn't have any intention of dodging in the face of these 2 menacing fists. He clenched his fists and collided with the fists of the 2 giants. Boom! With 2 loud noises, the ground under Lin Mu's feet was overwhelmed and shattered, causing half of Lin Mu's body to sink into the earth and rocks. But the 2 gatekeeper giants felt a huge impact from their arms, and then their huge bodies were directly lifted up under the impact of this huge impact, hitting the gate behind them. The bones of the arm are also broken inch by inch. The huge impact not only shattered the bones of their arms, but also rushed through the arms into their cavities, directly smashing the internal organs, and the bright eyes of the two giants instantly dimmed. The two giants did not understand until they died what kind of existence they provoked. Obviously, with such a thin and small body, why does it have the ability to destroy them with one punch? They can't imagine it, and have no chance to imagine it again. Kill the goalkeeper giant and gain 1500 experience points. 99. Ding. Kill the gatekeeper giant and gain 1500 experience points. After killing a giant, Lin Mu jumped out of the pit in a flash. The second gate guarding the ice lobby was also rushed wide open by the bodies of the two giants, and the second part of the ice lobby was also exposed to Lin Mu's eyes. The island is full of empty courts, and at the end is a tribunal. 0. Lin Mu's nose moved slightly. He could already smell Robin's scent, indicating that Robin should be in front of Reluctant after passing here soon. As soon as his body moved, Lin Mu used teleportation to enter the island one after another. When not carrying a boat, Lin Mu's teleport at the farthest distance can be done every 1 or 2 seconds according to Huke. I saw him lift one foot up, and when he put it down again, his figure was already 200 meters away, and at the same time he raised his other foot, and he fell another 200 meters away. Just like crossing 200 meters in one step, the forward speed is very strange. There are also a large number of armed troops stationed on the island, but most of them are trash fish. Lin Mu doesn't even have the intention to harvest these experiences, so he doesn't care about these people at all. He needs to rush to the Tower of Justice now, and if expected, Robin should be in the Tower of Justice at the moment. When he arrived at the court at the end of the island, unexpectedly, Lin Mu saw the 3 head referees. The 3 presiding judges are named Baswell, but they are actually made up of 3 people. Without waiting for the 3 heads to speak nonsense, Lin Mu teleported directly to the front of the 3 head referees, and then the steel claws slashed past, and the 3 heads were thrown into the air. After killing the chief referee at 5.7, Lin Mu's eyes looked at the Tower of Justice a few hundred meters away. There is no road connecting the Tower of Justice and the main island, separated by a huge waterfall abyss, which is difficult for ordinary people to pass through, but this is no problem for Lin Mu. The double Tui bends slightly, Lin Mu exerts a little force, the ground under his feet is torn apart and a deep pit is formed, and under the action of this recoil force, his body shoots like a cannonball. The powerful jumping ability obtained from the Hulk allowed Lin Mu to jump directly out of a distance of 100 meters. When the strength was exhausted, Lin Mu's figure suddenly disappeared in the air, and at the same time, at the Tower of Justice the top rhymes again. Standing on the top of the tower, Lin Mu looked around. Robin's figure finally appeared in front of him. The Tower of Justice stands tall, and when Lin Mu stands at the top of the Tower of Justice and looks down, the entire ice lobby can be seen clearly. He saw the soldiers on the ice lobby assembling rapidly, saw someone holding a phone and screaming with excitement, and of course, he also saw Robin walking silently on the Bridge of Hesitation. And the man next to Robin. One of them was wearing a black suit and was tall, with a bowler hat on his head and a pigeon on his shoulder. The other was a little short, with short purple hair and a ridiculous holster on his face. Seeing these 2 familiar figures, Lin Mu narrowed his eyes slightly and read out their names, Rob Lucci, Spondam. I didn't expect that only Rob Lucci would be welcome to CP9. Lin Mu murmured, but this was also what he expected. After all, the main task of those people hidden in the 7 Waters city was to obtain the ancient weapon Pluton. Design drawings, it is enough to send Rob Road Tenchi to escort Robin. Now that Robin has been found, Lin Mu will naturally not hesitate, and he has not paid attention to Rob Lucci alone. Sponsored content. The double Tui bent slightly, Lin Mu jumped again, and shot his body like a cannonball towards Fang Yu, where Robin and the others were. Because it is from top to bottom, this time Lin Mu also crossed a long enough distance, and finally made up 2 teleports, and landed firmly on the Bridge of Hesitation. When Lin Mu's figure appeared above the Bridge of Hesitation, the 3 people who had reached the center of the bridge turned around. When they saw Lin Mu's figure, the 3 had different reactions. Shpondam's face was full of disgust and irritability, and his gaze towards Lin Mu was full of pity, as if he was looking at the dead. As for Rob Lucci, except for a little surprise in the depths of his eyes, his expression was still indifferent, and there was basically no change. On the contrary, it was Robin who was escorted. After seeing Lin Mu, a pair of Shiu glared at the boss, and the beautiful face was full of incredible surprise. The moment she was caught by Marine, Robin had given up, because Marine was keeping her under strict guard along the way, and there was no way she could escape. And with her body and past, once she is taken to Impel Down Impelton, what awaits her is either death or life imprisonment. There is no third possibility. It's because of knowing this so clearly that Robin doesn't have any fantasies in his head these days. However, when Lin Mu appeared in front of him, Robin only felt a thud in his head, as if something had broken, and a little tear oozes out of a pair of beautiful eyes. She didn't know why this man who had only one relationship with her would break into the Anise lobby to save her. They don't have any friendship, and they don't even say more than 10 sentences. Does the other party really have a reason for this? Robin can't figure it out, but this did not prevent her soft heart from being deeply touched by Lin Mu's hook. Since the destruction of O'Hara, Robin has been living a life of displacement. She is constantly looking for a backer for herself, and she has experienced a life of betrayal and betrayal. This experience has made her close her heart, and it is difficult to believe and accept any people. But at this moment, whether Robin is willing or not, and whether she admits it or not, the slightly thin figure in front of her is deeply rooted in her heart. Of course, there is also the little fox with arms bent over the figure's shoulders. Truazan D. Lin, I didn't expect that after you committed such a big crime at the G15 branch base, you would still dare to hook up here. I really don't know whether to admire your courage or ridicule your ignorance. A disdainful smile flashed at the corner of Shpondam's mouth, and he continued, since it was built, no pirate has ever dared to break into an ice lobby. There is a reason. It is only a 10-minute journey from naval headquarters, and the support of the headquarters is always available. If you can come, but you can't leave. 93 It's not up to you to decide whether I can go or not. Lin Mu's icy eyes swept across Shpondam, and there was no emotion in his voice. Besides, whether I can walk or lie on this island today will not be mentioned. You Shpondam absolutely can't get out alive. You. Hearing this, Shpondam's heart froze, and his neck couldn't help shrinking. He pointed at Lin Mu, who wanted to scold but didn't dare to rhyme, for fear that Lin Mu would kill him without asking a word. Rob Lucci, go and stop him first, I'll call for reinforcements. Shpondam whispered, and then took out a phone bug from his arms, apparently preparing to call for reinforcements. Since Lin Mu appeared, Rob Lucci's eyes haven't changed, and now he heard Shpondam's order, and said with a flat face, no need, it's just a pirate with a bounty of 100 million berry, I can do it alone. Fix him. After finishing speaking, Rob Lucci took a few steps forward, bent Lin Mu and walked slowly, and at the same time loosened his neckline, making a gesture of going to fight. Anyway, you'll regret what you did today. An ice lobby, it's not a place you can come to if you want. Rob Lucci said solemnly. Lin Mu looked at the number representing experience points on Rob Lucci's head, and pouted, as a friendly reminder, you can transform directly, or you may have no chance for a while. 9. Arrogant. With a cold snort, Rob Lucci's eyes flashed with murderous intent, and then he stomped on the ground dozens of times, and Jing in the 6 styles directly made a rhythm, and instantly burst into a very fast speed, which directly reached the level that the naked eye could not catch. It was as if the whole body had completely disappeared into the air. But this can't cause any trouble for Lin Mu, who has spider sense. Although he can't see it with the naked eye, Rob Lucci has always existed in Lin Mu's perception. With a flash of body shape, Lin Mu's 230 silver speed was also instantly stimulated, his skin glowed a touch of green, and he went straight to Rob Lucci. In terms of speed, even 3 points faster than Rob Lucci. Finger pistol. Rob Lucci's right index finger poked directly in front of Lin Mu's xiong, and the momentum was like a rainbow and even set off a strong wind. Lin Mu, however, did not evade, letting Rob Lucci's finger pistol stab himself in front of him, but at the same time he charged and punched. When Rob Lucci's finger pistol pierced Lin Mu's heart, Lin Mu's fist also hit Rob Lucci's face. With the muffled sound of bang, Rob Lucci's mouth spurted a mouthful of scarlet blood, mixed with a few white broken teeth, and the whole person couldn't stop flying backwards. However, his eyes were full of joy after being hit by this blow, because he was severely injured by this blow, but Lin Mu was pierced by his finger in the heart, and he was already dead. But the joy in Rob Lucci's eyes didn't last long, and it turned into an incredible shock, because Lin Mu, who was pierced by his heart, not only did not fall, but appeared beside him in a flash. A white light passed by, the last picture Rob Lucci saw in his life. Of course, there is also his body that has been disconnected from the head. Ding! Kill Rob Lucci, get 12,000 experience points. Ding! The accumulation of 50,000 experience has been completed. Do you want to upgrade immediately? Looking at Rob Lucci's flying head, Lin Mu softly missed the wound in front of Xiong, and the blood hole deep into his heart had begun to gradually grow. The police said that he just pierced his heart, and even if he crushed his heart, he would still be able to survive. As for Rob Lucci, I said earlier that I would let you transform directly, otherwise there will be no chance, and you still don't believe it. Lin Mu said, looking at Rob Lucci's body. It is undeniable that Rob Lucci's physique is very powerful. It can be said to be superb for the master of Marine 6 styles, but it is of no use in front of Lin Mu. Rob Lucci, who does not have the master armament color Haki, can't stop Lin Mu's attack simply with his body. If he stimulates the ability of animals to multiply devil fruits in his body, he might be able to do some tricks with Lin Mu Jouyu, but unfortunately he doesn't believe in evil. But no matter what, Rob Lucci is not considered a threat in Lin Mu's eyes and can be easily resolved. In fact, he did kill Rob Lucci. Lin Mu felt that it didn't matter, but Robin and Schwandam, on the bridge of hesitation, were extremely surprised. Sponsored content. Robin is very aware of the combat effectiveness of CP9. She believes that Lin Mu can defeat Rob Lucci. After all, Lin Mu defeated Claudar, one of Shishibukai. But Robin never thought that Lin Mu would win so easily, and he killed Rob Lucci in one face-to-face. This is enough to show that Lin Mu's combat power has been ahead of Rob Lucci by several levels. Robin couldn't help but sigh in his heart. What kind of terrible power is hidden in this young and slightly thin body? As for Schwandam, he was so shocked that his eyes were almost hooked, and he jumped 3 feet high. It was hard to believe what was happening in front of him. Rob Lucci, known as the strongest CP9 member for hundreds of years, was killed in seconds. After just one face-to-face. Could this Troizen have become so powerful? Seeing Lin Mu's gaze sweeping over his body, Schwandam only felt cold all over his body, as if he had fallen into an ice cellar, and couldn't help shivering. Because he remembered one of the words Lin Mu said, "Can I walk or lie down on this island today? Not to mention, you Schwandam, you can't go out alive, Bath." Now that Rob Lucci is dead, who can stop this demon in front of him? By this time, Schwandam couldn't help but greet Rob Lucci's parents and ancestors in his heart. Rob Lucci, you bastard, you have no ability and you still pretend to be forceful. Can't you solve it with a good person? Why don't he let me call reinforcements? Now that I'm dead, I don't care, but I've been miserable by you? Looking at Lin Mu, who was ready to do it to himself, Schwandam's face was full of bitterness, and he almost wanted to kneel down and beg for mercy, but at this moment a hoarse voice suddenly sounded. Troizen? He actually dared to chase after him. Come here? I'm still looking for you everywhere. 99. As the voice sounded, a tall figure slowly walked out of the underground passage of the Tower of Justice and came to the Bridge of Hesitation. When Schwandam saw this tall figure, a trace of relief flashed on his face, and his tone was cheerful as if he had seen his own father. Turalion Vice Admiral, you are finally here. This Troizen is arrogant and dares to break in. An ice lobby is killing him, you must not spare him. Humph, this bastard attacked my warship while I was away, and made me bear a huge shame. This kind of evil pirate, even if it is smashed to ashes, is not an exaggeration, and he will definitely not spare him. Turalion turned to look at Lin Mu and said slowly, there is a long scar on his face. Because of the twitching of his facial muscles, the scar twists like a long flesh-colored centipede. Even if he closed his eyes, he got directly into Lin Mu's clothes. Hearing this, Lin Mu remembered that the Turalion Vice Admiral in front of him was the leading officer of the warship, and Turalion was not on the warship when he was attacking the warship because he was going after the pirates. In this way, it can be said that the two have been grumbling for a long time. Turalyon himself went to the G15 branch base to escort Robin. Although the Lin Mu spoiler forced Wendell to send Robin away in advance, Turalyon took over the escort team sent by Wendell in the middle of the way. The capital then handed Robin over to Rob Lucci. However, because of anxiety, the Ken came to the N-Ice lobby, and I didn't expect to meet Lin Mu and break into the N-Ice lobby. Spondum, take Nico Robin through the door of justice, this pirate, let me stop it, Turalyon said with his back to Spondum. Although Spondum was very afraid of Lin Mu, Turalyon's presence made him courageous again, like a dog fighting a man. Not obeying Turalyon's instructions, Spondum pulled Robin's hair directly, and then the elephant's sword in his hand touched Robin's neck, and the delicate white and tender skin immediately showed a blood-red mark, obviously slit by Spondum, and Robin, whose hair was being pulled, couldn't help but let out a pained cry. Seeing this, Lin Mu's eyes turned cold, and he said coldly, Spondum, I'll give you a second to take your dirty hands away. 93 Although Spondum was terrified, after glancing at Turalyon in front of him, he became more emboldened and laughed wildly. Troazen, I'll give you a second too, kneel down and be captured immediately, or Nico Robin will die right in front of you. Hearing this, Turalyon frowned slightly, but didn't say much, because he also wanted to see Lin Mu kneeling down and grabbing his hands. Seeing these two people like this, Lin Mu couldn't help but sneer. Spondum, I don't know who gave you the courage, or do you really think a vice admiral can stop me? It doesn't matter if you can stop it or not, but as long as it can delay you for a second, Nico Robin will definitely die. Spondum roared with a frenzy on his face, as if he was holding the ticket. Kneel down and surrender? Looking at the crazy Spondum, Lin Mu shook his head. Unfortunately, I want to kill you, it doesn't take a second. As soon as Lin Mu's voice fell, the figure instantly disappeared in place, and at the same time it appeared directly in front of Spondum. Teleportation is a leap at the spatial level, and no matter how fast it is, it cannot be compared, because he will not leave any traces. Even observation Haki cannot predict it. Neither Spondum nor Turalyon, who has been focusing his attention on Lin Mu, did not react in advance. When he found that Lin Mu disappeared, Turalyon quickly shouted, be careful. But it's too late. Because the moment Lin Mu disappeared in front of Turalyon was also the moment he hooked in front of Spondum. Before Spondum could see the figure in front of him clearly, a white light flashed in front of him, and then he only felt a pain in his wrist, and his eyes were covered in scarlet. What? The sound of the broken palm falling to the ground made Spondum stunned for a moment, and then a shrill scream came out of his mouth. The whole person was also prostrate on the ground because of the severe pain from the severed limb, as if a roasted one had been cooked. The prawns are generally curled up with their face and body. Sponsored content. A claw cut off Spondum's hand. That grabbed Robin's hair. Lin Mu's voice was not mixed with any emotion. I gave you a second. Since you don't take the initiative to take away your dirty hands, then there's no need to take it again. Well. After speaking, Lin Mu stepped on his right foot and directly smashed Spondum's broken hand and stepped on the bridge deck. The minced meat and gravel were mixed together, and there was no way to repair it possible. No. Spondum roared in grief, but it didn't help. To the enemy, Lin Mu will never show mercy. Since you have done something wrong, you must learn to bear the consequences. After saying this lightly, Lin Mu's mind moved, and he shot a spider web from his right wrist, directly binding Spondum tightly, letting him. Spondum couldn't move. After that, Lin Mu was watching Robin beside him. There were some stains on Robin's pretty face, and there were also some slight wounds and bruises on his body, which made Lin Mu's brows slightly wrinkle, but he didn't ask any further questions. Instead, the novice helped Robin to straighten the somewhat scattered black hair, and whispered, the key should be on Spondum. I will deal with Turalyon, and then take you away. 99. Feeling the breath of Lin Mu's body up close, Robin's heart couldn't help but be in a mess. He thought he would die, but the young man in front of him suddenly realized that he seemed to be sent from heaven to save her in dire straits. Isn't that indescribable tenderness and calmness the reliance and harbor she has been looking for? Thinking of this, a strange feeling that had never existed before quietly took root in Robin's heart, causing her to lower her head, and her face also had a bit of shyness that she hadn't seen in a long time, belonging to a girl. I know, Robin greeted the weak mosquito sound, but Lin Mu didn't see anything wrong. After he finished speaking, He ignored the crying Spondum and went straight to Turalyon. As for Spondum, he'll leave it to Robin? Troisen, damn you. Turalyon was already furious at the moment. Lin Mu abolished Spondum in front of him, which was undoubtedly hitting him in the face. How could he endure this? After shouting angrily, the armed color Haki directly covered his fists, and then rushed towards Lin Mu, meeting Lin Mu in midair. The fists of the two collided, making a loud noise, and a shock wave spread out around the fists of the two, and even set off a gust of wind around. But compared to strength, how could Turalyon be on a par with Lin Mu, who has the power of the Hulk? After a while, under Lin Mu's bombardment, Turalyon's body couldn't stop flying upside down, smashed to the ground mercilessly, dragged out a long trajectory and then stopped. But after Lin Mu got the upper hand with one blow, he didn't stop at all. And after a dodge, he caught up with another punch. Lin Mu's teleportation came so suddenly that Turalyon couldn't predict it in advance. When he saw Lin Mu's fist, it was too late to dodge. He could only raise his arms and cross it in front of Xiong, hoping to resist Lin Mu's this time. Attack. 0 for Flowers. Armament-colored Haki strengthened arms shone with a metallic pitch black color, apparently possessing a very high defense. However, this is not worth mentioning for Lin Mu's fist. He was able to punch Wendell, who was seriously injured, and could break Turalyon's arm with one punch. Bang, bang, bang. There were 3 muffled noises on his face, and Lin Mu's fist slammed into Turalyon's arm at a very fast speed. What? Immediately afterwards, with a crisp sound, Turalyon's 2 forearm bones were broken. Even with the protection of the armed Haki, he was still unable to resist Lin Mu's furious blow, which contained the mighty power of the Hulk. Ah! A loud cry came from Turalyon's mouth. He didn't know whether it was because of pain or anger. He kicked Lin Mu's back fiercely with one foot. There was a faint blue light flashing on his foot. Amazing. This is naturally unable to escape Lin Mu's spider sense, and he has a huge advantage in today's battle, and Lin Mu does not need to exchange injuries with Turalyon. After all, he is not a masochist. So Lin Mu gave up chasing Turalyon, and a teleport dodged to the side, avoiding Turalyon's kick. After regaining his strength, Turalyon quickly retreated, his arms slung weakly on either side of his shoulders. His hand bones were broken by Lin Mu, and he had lost most of his fighting power. But then Lin Mu's expression changed, because Turalyon actually ran straight towards Robin's direction, obviously wanting to attack Robin. Humph! Daydreaming. With a cold snort, Lin Mu's figure flashed, and he was hooked in front of Robin in an instant. Turalyon had no chance at all. When Turalyon saw that there was no hope to attack Robin, a trace of resentment flashed in his eyes, and then he ran away without saying a word. Looking at Turalyon's embarrassed figure fleeing, a sneer appeared on the corner of Lin Mu's mouth, and a fierce light flashed in his slightly narrowed eyes. As long as I want to chase, no one can run away from me, even Vice Admiral. No exception, Turalyon. Righteous. Before the fight, Turalyon knew that he had no chance of winning, and he never thought that he could defeat Lin Mu. After all, his strength was slightly inferior to that of Wendell at the G15 branch base. Even Wendell was not a linear Mu's opponent, let alone him, so Turalyon has been trying to stop Lin Mu, as long as he can wait for support. But at the moment of the fight, Turalyon suddenly found himself saying that he was dragging his time, and he would be killed by Lin Mu if he continued to fight in a few minutes. After discovering this, Turalyon's first thought was to use Robin to coerce Lin Mu, but unfortunately Lin Mu cut him off, so the only option left was to run. Turalyon has no Devil Fruit ability and does not understand swordsmanship, but he has Marine Vice Admiral level combat power. This is because he has mastered the 6 styles, although he has not reached the level of Rob Lucci, but because of the Haki bonus of the armed color. Because of this, the overall combat effectiveness is still stronger than Rob Lucci. At this moment, Turalyon almost tried his best to use the system in the 6 styles to escape. The principle of the control is to hit the ground dozens of times in a short period of time, and then use the recoil force to reach an explosive speed, which can even exceed the visual limit, which is very scary. But this move has a flaw, that is, it consumes a lot of physical strength, and it is impossible to apply it to long-distance running. Sponsored content. Therefore, Turalyon can't escape at all. Looking at Turalyon, who was running away desperately, Lin Mu's face was not impatient, but full of ease. Lifting his right foot slightly, Lin Mu took a step forward and hooked, but when his right foot landed, Lin Mu's figure was already 200 meters away. Immediately after that, it was another step forward, crossing 200 meters again. In this way, Lin Mu is like strolling in the courtyard, neither in a hurry nor in a hurry, but the speed is much faster than that of Turalyon, who has run away. When Lin Mu took the fifth step, his figure finally appeared in front of Turalyon. Seeing that he couldn't escape Lin Mu's palm by running away like this, Turalyon's eyes flashed with despair, and he knew that he couldn't escape. But soon, Turalyon pointed at Lin Mu and laughed wildly, his eyes full of hatred. Turwazan, even if you kill me, you will definitely die. 99. Long before Yoon came to see you, I already informed Naval Headquarters that you broke into the N-Ice lobby. Admiral Aquino personally issued the buster call, and 5 elite Vice Admiral came in a cluster, and now it is not far from the N-Ice lobby. Although you can kill me, neither you nor Nico Robin can escape. Hearing this, Lin Mu frowned slightly. The elite Vice Admiral is 1 level stronger than the ordinary Vice Admiral in the Marines. Whether it is Taijutsu or Haki's master, it has reached a very high level, and it is only a line away from Admiral's combat power. It is indeed a little troublesome for the 5 elite Vice Admiral to come together, but, however, this doesn't prevent me from killing you first. After finishing speaking, Lin Mu rushed towards Turalyon directly. The power on his fists was astonishing, and Turalyon couldn't help trembling even though he was far away. But this time, Turalyon was not running away, because he also knew that he could not escape at all. In the face of Lin Mu's attack, Turalyon's eyes were full of hatred. If eyes could kill, Lin Mu would have already been smashed to ashes by him. It's a pity that his eyes don't have any lethal power. Bang! With a muffled sound, Lin Mu's fist slammed directly in front of Turalyon's seong, and the huge impact poured into Turalyon's body, directly destroying Turalyon's internal organs. Being hit so hard, Turalyon lost half of his life, and even the armed Haki could no longer use it. Immediately afterwards, the steel claw in Lin Mu's hand popped out, drawing a white trajectory in the air, and Turalyon's throat was directly broken, spewing out a large amount of scarlet blood. And Turalyon's eyes gradually dimmed, and what spewed out was not only blood, but also his life. Ding! Kill Marine Vice Admiral Turalyon to gain 15,000 experience. Ding! The accumulation of 50,000 experience has been completed. Do you want to upgrade immediately? 2 prompt sounds sounded in succession. Lin Mu thought that after killing Rob Lucci, his experience value could already be upgraded, but because of Turalyon's sudden appearance, he forgot the difference. When I think about it now, I naturally have no hesitation. Upgrade now? Ding! The upgrade is complete. The next level requires 100,000 experience, and the existing experience is 25,743. Hey, congratulations on leveling up, you got a treasure chest. Please choose the mutant gene treasure box, or the prop treasure box. Faced with this choice, Lin Mu was a little hesitant, because the current environment is obviously not a good time to choose this. Lin Mu still prefers to go to an absolutely safe place to open the treasure chest. Because every time he opens the genetic treasure chest, he will be incapacitated for a few minutes. Under normal circumstances, Lin Mu would never choose to open the treasure chest here, but thinking of the information Turalyon had said before his death, Lin Mu was a little hesitant. Thinking of the 5 elite Vice Admiral, Lin Mu still feels a little pressure. If only he and Kikai would be fine, but in the scuffle, it is very likely that Robin will not be taken into account. And if the treasure chest is opened here, his strength will definitely increase, and it will be easier to protect Robin from leaving. After thinking about it for a while, Lin Mu finally made a decision to open the treasure chest here. After finding a relatively safe hiding place, Lin Mu said, I choose the mutant gene treasure chest. 22 As Lin Mu's voice fell, a delicate treasure chest suddenly appeared in the void in front of him. After the treasure chest was found, it slowly opened, and then a white light was hooked from it and shot into Lin Mu's body. After the white light entered the body, Lin Mu once again felt the pain he had experienced many times before. The pain from the depths of every cell made Lin Mu's body instantly lose the ability to move, and fell to the ground and twitched continuously. And his eyes, I don't know when, have completely turned crimson, as if full of blood. Lin Mu twitched unbearably on the ground because of the severe pain, and his eyes had turned completely red, as if they were filled with blood. And as time went on, the red became more and more intense, even surging from Lin Mu's eyes. 19 plus 9, 88. It took 30 seconds to write a mutant gene into the body, and now, there are only a few seconds left until the gene is written. However, the red light in Lin Mu's eyes became more and more intense, and even completely covered up the whites and eyeballs of Lin Mu. At this moment, Lin Mu looks like a red-eyed devil from hell. Sponsored content 3. Gene writing is complete. At the moment when the genetic writing was completed, the pain that tormented Lin Mu disappeared like a ebbing tide, and it never appeared. But at this moment, the redness in Lin Mu's eyes suddenly erupted, and a red laser shot directly from his eyes, and everything that the red laser touched was evaporated and decomposed without exception. At this moment, the sweepers on the Enice lobby, including all the Marines on the 10 warships that are already very close to the Enice lobby, have seen this unforgettable scene. An extremely dazzling blood-red light, hooked directly from the Enice lobby, straight into the sky. Then, what is that? I don't know. Is it a new weapon developed on the island to deal with that intruder? What a joke. It should be just light, used to send a message for help. On the Enice lobby, the guards who survived Lin Mu's hands murmured. On the bridge of hesitation, Robin, who had already untied her sea-stone handcuffs, felt her heart tighten when she saw the red light rising up into the sky. She remembered that Lin Mu was chasing the sound, and then she did not hesitate to face the red light. The hair clipper ran away with a worried look on his face. On the 10 warships of Buster Call, the 5 elite vice admiral frowned when they saw the red light rising into the sky, because they have never seen such a thing, and their fighting intuition over the years has made them feel that the red light rising from the Enice lobby absolutely has terrible destructive power. At this moment, the initiator of all this, Lin Mu, is lying on the ground. His body has not regained the ability to move, but his face is full of helpless expressions. Oh my god, I actually got the ability of Cyclops. The destructive power of this thing is very amazing, but it seems that it can't be controlled at all, Lin Mu murmured. After the gene writing was completed, the information about the gene he obtained was hooked into his mind, and Lin Mu also knew that he had obtained the ability of Cyclops. This was originally a great thing, because Lin Mu lacked long-range and large-area attack ability now, and Cyclops' ability just made up for this weakness. But the problem is that this thing seems to be uncontrollable, at least from the current point of view. If he has been wearing such a pair of eyes that emit high-energy rays at any time, then Lin Mu will not need to go anywhere. Lin. At this moment, Lin Mu heard a woman calling her name with a little worry in her voice, which was obviously Robin. Lin Mu was afraid that Robin would be injured by the high-energy rays that were hooked into his eyes, so he quickly shouted, "Robin, just stand there and don't move, I'm fine." After finishing speaking, Lin Mu then whispered, "Hey, you go to accompany Robin, I guess it will take a few minutes before you can move." Chi-Chi was originally on Lin Mu's stomach, and after hearing this, he replied softly, and then ran to find Robin. Seeing Kikai leave, Lin Mu was a little relieved, but the high-energy rays constantly emitted from his eyes still gave him some headaches, and he finally tried to close his eyes, and the high-energy rays disappeared. "Do you want to be a blind man quietly for the rest of your life?" Lin Mu lamented in his heart. After a few minutes, Lin Mu's body finally regained the ability to move. After getting up from the ground, Lin Mu opened his eyes subconsciously, and then a crimson high-energy ray was fired directly from his eyes, directly passing through the towering Tower of Justice not far away. Lin Mu's head only slightly changed the angle, but the red laser swept directly across the Tower of Justice, but all the places it touched were evaporated and disappeared by the high-energy rays. Although Lin Mu quickly closed his eyes, the Tower of Justice was completely disconnected from the center. The Tower of Justice, which had stood above the Enice lobby for many years, finally fell under Lin Mu's eyes on this day. This made Lin Mu very helpless. He could swear to God that he never did it on purpose. He was just not used to closing his eyes, and after regaining his mobility, he forgot about the difference, but he closed it after only 1 second of opening it, but he didn't expect it to directly destroy the Tower of Justice. These eyes are a bit troublesome. Lin Mu couldn't help sighing. He was now, well, holding a nuclear weapon with amazing destructive power but uncontrollable, and he would hurt himself and others if he was not careful. Just as Lin Mu was leaning against the wall and lamenting, a systemic voice suddenly came from his ear. Ding! The improved version of the red quartz glasses has been activated, and the automatic wearing is completed. As the voice sounded, Lin Mu felt a strange-looking glasses blocking his eyes, and then the corresponding information entered his mind. Emotional red quartz glasses are the ones that he opened the treasure chest of props and hooked with the spider silk launcher, but the conditions were not enough to unlock it. Trying to open his eyes, Lin Mu found that the world in front of him was covered with a faint red layer, but the high-energy rays were indeed blocked and could not be broken through. So, just get used to it. Lin Mu rubbed his glasses and muttered. After getting acquainted with his new glasses, Lin Mu walked out of the hiding place. Then, Lin Mu saw Robin, who was standing not far away, and was hugged by Robin with a different expression on his face. Seeing Lin Mu Yunlei, although Kekai was very comfortable in Robin's arms, after tilting his head to think about it, he still ran back on Lin Mu's shoulder. Seeing that Kekai was so attached to himself, Lin Mu couldn't help but smiled and shook his head, nodding on Kekai's small head, and Kekai shrank his neck as if he had been praised. The small eyes are also curved into crescents. After teasing Kekai for a while, Lin Mu came to Robin's side. Seeing some surprise in Robin's eyes, Lin Mu could only show a helpless smile, pointed to his glasses and explained, "It appeared some problems. I am afraid I have to wear this thing all the time in the future." 19 Yeah. Robin nodded, seeing that Lin Mu didn't want to explain too much, so he was very sensible and didn't ask too much. If we say Robin's greatest characteristic, it is undoubtedly understanding. Let's go, the matter has been resolved, now it's time to take you out of here. Lin Mu stretched out a hand after saying that. Grab. There was no shyness on Robin's face at the moment. He held Lin Mu's stretched and hooked hand generously, and after a little hesitation, he still said to Lin Mu, "Thank you for saving me." Sponsored content. No need to thank you, after all, I have something to do with you being caught by Marine. Lin Mu smiled and shook his head, indicating that Robin doesn't need to care about this, and then urged, "Relax now, don't worry about it for a while. What happens, don't get excited." However, Lin Mu remembered that when he teleported with Kekai for the first time, his armpit hair was fried, so he reminded Robin first. After seeing Robin nod, Lin Mu's mind moved, and he took Robin to the hook 300 meters away. Due to the upgrade, Lin Mu's abilities have been enhanced in all aspects. The teleport's maximum distance has also been increased to 300 meters, and the cooling time is shorter. Teleportation and speed are completely different experiences, at least Robin has not experienced it at all. At this time, although Lin Mu had reminded him for the first time, his pretty face was still slightly pale, and Chi-Chi, who was looking at him, was overjoyed. Obviously, this little guy didn't forget what he looked like at the time. After the first experience, the next teleport Robin could take it easy, and his complexion gradually returned to normal. After dozens of teleportation, Lin Mu finally brought Kekai Robin to the front island of an ice lobby. There were still many guards on the front island. Those soldiers were shocked when they saw Lin Mu and Robin. Their faces were blank as if they had seen a ghost. This demon successfully brought back Nico Robin, which means that an ice lobby has really been broken by him. In addition, Lin Mu is wearing crimson glasses at the moment. Thinking of the red light that shot directly into the sky from the center of an ice lobby, Lin Mu really has the title of devil in the hearts of these guards. Seeing the guards who couldn't help but retreat, Lin Mu didn't bother to clean up these people, but after a glance, he found that the boat he had come from had been destroyed, which made Lin Mu raise his eyebrows and re-look at the place. Guards, my ship? Who destroyed it? When the guards heard this, their faces were all bitter. How could they have thought that Lin Mu would actually be able to leave and return? So all their anger towards Lin Mu was thrown on the boat. Now facing Lin Mu's questioning, "Look at me, I look at you," all bowed their heads and dared not speak, but no one stood up to admit that they did it by themselves. Seeing this, Lin Mu estimates that most people have a share, but now he doesn't bother to find out who did it. Instead he said coldly, "Give you half a minute, I want to see it again on the shore." A small boat. Hearing Lin Mu's words, the guards, as if they were receiving amnesty, immediately took out a small boat from the armament room and put it into the water. Lin Mu didn't talk nonsense when he saw this. He teleported directly to the boat with Robin and Kikai, and then flashed with the boat, getting further and further away from the coast, leaving a pair of stunned guards on the boat, looking at the ice lobby that was getting farther and farther away. Robin sighed, with a little relaxation in his voice. Finally, the hook is here. That's not necessarily, at present, it should be the last step. Lin Mu took Robin's words and said, "What?" Robin looked at Lin Mu in surprise, then followed the direction of Lin Mu's finger, and found that 10 large warships had faintly appeared on the vast sea. The moment Robin saw these 10 large warships, a deep memory was suddenly awakened, and then his expression changed greatly, and he cried out, "Buster Call!" Yes, Admiral Aquino has signed Buster Call. 5 elite vice admiral came to surround us with 10 large warships. It seems that we can't escape. 19 Lin Mu said so, but there is not the slightest nervousness. Instead it is full of indifference. Seeing Lin Mu like this, Robin seemed to be infected, and the fear of Buster Call in his heart was greatly reduced and much calmer. But then Robin became even more curious about the man beside him. What kind of ability does he possess to be so calm even in the face of the discolored Buster Call? Robin can't figure it out. After hesitating for a long time, Robin finally couldn't help but ask, "Lin, do you have a way to escape from Buster Call?" 99 No. Lin Mu shook his head directly. Then you. Robin was shocked when he heard the words, but halfway through his words, Lin Mu stretched out a finger and interrupted him. "I mean, we didn't run away, we just swaggered away. Buster Call, nothing to be afraid of." Lin Mu had a confident smile on his face, but the tone soon changed. Slightly colder. "Only if they force me to take off my eyes? Otherwise, they'll have to leave something here." 060 Teach Marine to be sensible and sensible for automatic subscription. Glasses? Hearing what Lin Mu said, Robin glanced at the red glasses on Lin Mu's eyes with some curiosity, and then thought of the red light that suddenly appeared on the ice lobby, dividing the entire Tower of Justice in two. In his heart, after becoming more sure of the connection between the red light and Lin Mu, he calmed down a lot. However, Robin's heart is still full of curiosity about Lin Mu. He has read a lot of books and met a lot of people, but he has never seen a person as complex as Lin Mu. In this world, only the cracks that eat devil fruits will have peculiar abilities, but this has a limitation, that is, a person can only eat one kind of fruit, that is to say, a person can only have one kind of special ability. But in Lin Mu, she has discovered more than one, and as time goes on, it seems that this peculiar ability will gradually increase, which makes Robin very incomprehensible. And more importantly, it has been reported more than once in the news that Lin Mu is not a devil fruit person, so where does Lin Mu's peculiar ability come from? 10 Robin was very curious, but if Lin Mu didn't say anything, Robin would definitely not ask questions. He just kept this innocent curiosity and slowly observed Lin Mu. The arrival of the 10 warships did not stop Lin Mu from teleporting, nor did he even change his sailing direction at a small angle. Instead, he moved forward in the direction he had chosen before. Sponsored content every time it flashes, even the boat and people will appear on the sea 300 meters away, and the speed is a little faster than before an ice lobby. At this speed, within half a minute, the 10 warships were already very close, surrounding the small boat Lin Mu sat on. Every warship has a large number of artillery pieces. These artillery pieces are all specially processed, and their power is amazing, even if they flatten an island. At this moment, hundreds of artillery guns on 10 warships were lined up to face Lin Mu's ship. Although Lin Mu's confidence made Robin's heart a little calmer, when these 10 warships with hundreds of specially processed artillery hooks appeared in front of him, Robin's face could not help turning pale. How can the shadows left in childhood be so easy to forget? Relatives, friends, all died under the overwhelming bombardment of the hundreds of artillery pieces, and the vigorous tree of omniscience also turned into a scorched earth. Even though it has been 20 years, Robin still can't help shaking when he thinks of it. Half because of fear, and the other half because of anger. Robin will never forget what the world government did to her town. At this moment, seeing the 10 warships carrying out the Buster Call again, Robin's silver teeth couldn't help biting. Seeing Robin like this, Kikai on Lin Mu's shoulder jumped onto Robin's shoulder and rubbed Robin's face with 2 small paws, as if to comfort Robin. Robin forced a smile on his face. "Thank you, hey." Cough cough. The little fox narrowed his eyes and responded happily. At this moment, a deep voice, amplified by the loudspeaker bug, came from the 10 warships that surrounded Lin Mu in all directions at the same time. Nico Robin, the remnant of O'Hara, with a bounty of 7 and 9 million bells, as Rodar's deputy to plan the pirate theft, it is a heinous crime. Truazan Delin, hooked into West Blue, offered a bounty of 100 million in a dilemma, slaughtered Marine in West Blue, destroyed Marine Division 48, entered the Grand Line, committed crimes in Alabasta, and attacked Marine warships, sneaked into the G-15 branch base to kill, and now dare to break into the N-Ice lobby. The crimes are countless. Hearing this, Lin Mira found out that he had already had so many records in Marine's place, and he couldn't help but withdraw his mouth. Just then, Marine's ultimatum was finally delivered. You two, jump off the boat and surrender within half a minute, otherwise, we will help you get off the boat. Don't try to go against Marine's will. After saying these words, the originally calm and vast sea was suddenly enveloped by a chilling aura, and even the birds in the air and the fish in the sea seemed to be able to sense this deadly aura, and they all moved away. Although Robin was terrified, he couldn't help but calm down when he saw Lin Mu beside him. Lin Mu, on the other hand, had no expression on his face, as if he hadn't heard the ultimatum from the warship. After the voice fell, he teleported again, and continued to follow the original direction without any rush. Lin Mu's actions obviously made Marine very dissatisfied. Above the 10 warships, 5 warships each had an elite vice admiral from naval headquarters. Next to each elite vice admiral, there is a soldier, who specially drags the phone bug with his hand, so that the 5 vice admiral can communicate at any time. Truazan, it's crazy. I have seen too many pirates who are arrogant at such a young age. These people are often buried in the sea. I said long ago that there was no need to persuade surrender, it was completely in vain, and I killed it directly. 19 It's just to give him a chance. Since that's the case, there's no need to delay it any longer. In the face of Lin Mu's actions, the 5 elite vice admiral made a decision with one word, and then the orders they issued were passed to the ears of every Marine in the 10 warships. Artillery, salvo, boom, boom bang. Those artillery pieces had always been locked on Lin Mu's boat, and they fired directly after receiving the order. Almost in an instant, the sky above Lin Mu's head was blocked by cannonballs, and a dark cloud of defense was now overhead. Seeing this, Lin Mu's eyes flashed coldly, and he activated his teleport to instantly retreat 300 meters, avoiding the first round of shelling. Seeing that the second round of shelling was about to come, Lin Mu stretched out his hand to cover Juan's red crystal eyes, and murmured to Robin, now it seems that Marine has to leave something here. In this way, they will be sensible.